Hello and welcome to another Sunday episode. Today is quite a lazy day, but there are quite many different things on my mind I want to speak, and I didn't really know where to start, so I guess I will just try to start somewhere. I have been pondering about what to do with my life really. After I quit my job in the IT a couple of months ago, I have had different ideas on what to do, but as you start thinking about different options, you notice that there are a lot of options that you really didn't even consider before. And sometimes, it's funny how life kind of gives you all of a sudden these different options that you didn't even realize that were there. And one such thing occurred last weekend, and let's talk about that first. So my mom turned 70 and she rented this cabin for us, for the family, and it was not too far from this southern part of Finland where we live, so it was only an hour drive there, and it was a brand new cabin, so everything was really nice there, except there was a big storm, so the power went out on the first night, but luckily it came back quite fast the next morning, so we could do coffee and stuff. Anyways, we don't spend that much time together very often, or we haven't done that in I don't know, in a couple of years, I would say. So we see each other quite often, but spending the whole weekend together is not something we usually do. So it was very nice just to be with your family. You don't really have to do anything special, so to have a good time. It was a good time, and we did enjoy it there, and among one of these just random discussions we were having, my sister and her husband was there, and her husband is a gym teacher in high school, and I don't even remember what we were discussing, but he kind of just mentioned that hey, like now that you're unemployed, you could do these substitute teachings or be a substitute teacher. And I was like, but don't you need like a degree to be a teacher or do education? And yes, you do. For a full-time teacher job, you need to be obviously qualified and go to have the degree and whatever studies you need, and that's not easy to get that. But to be a substitute teacher, you don't need any of that. You don't need to have the qualifications. And so I was like, wait a minute. Well, that could actually be interesting and a lot of fun, and so this new opportunity just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's it's so funny to me that we all been to school for years and years, and we all spent many years there. Basically our whole childhood, and we remember all the teachers. We have so much memories and friends even from the school, but this was just something that didn't even occur to me. And it's weird and funny that you just need somebody to kind of give you this hint that, hey, this is also something you could do, because it is there, but you just don't see it, right? So immediately after that, I started thinking, hey, this could actually be something that I can try at least. And couple of days after that, I knew there was at the gym I go to, or the gym class I go to, I knew there was a principal of a school there, and after the class I went to him and said that, hey, I would be, where should I go, or who should I talk to get started on this thing, to being a substitute teacher. And he said, being the principal at his school, he said, well, this is good, you can talk directly to me. And he said instantly to me that I will have work for you, because it is kind of a flu season here already, so the teachers are dropping out like flies. He said we are gonna need substitutes for sure. And he was just, hey, give me your phone number, I will give you details to the person who handles this at our school. And so that happened. That was on Tuesday, and on Wednesday morning I get a text from the school that, hey, can you come in today, we need a teacher for the third graders. And I remember I was staring at my phone in the morning, my eyes all half open, and I couldn't quite get it at first, like what is it saying? I had to like blink my eyes, and then was like, oh, it's today. And it was like 7:30, 7:45, and the text said like, if you can't coming at 8, 9 o'clock would also be perfect and help a lot. So I replied that, yeah, I can get in at 9, and I was there like 8:45. Just had a cup of coffee and put my hair up, and off I went. So everything, all of this happened so fast. It was the weekend when I heard about this opportunity and realized that, hey, this is something I could do. And it was Tuesday when I talked to the principal of the school, because I knew him from the gym. And on Wednesday I was working. And now it's Sunday here, so there's also this what would you say, a central site or a system that where all the different municipalities or towns or cities search for this type of people to do this type of work. So I sign up there, so now I should be visible in all this area where I live. And obviously there are plenty of schools which are in need of substitute teachers. So for now, I don't know what's gonna happen. I am now available there, and I already did this one gig at this school with the young children there, or the young students there. So at least for now, I hope that I will get more gigs doing this. And I mean, it could be fun. It could really be fun. And I'm thinking of, is the correct term high school in English, or is it, because we have like the early school is from grades 1 to 6, and then you have, I guess, the high school from 7 to 9, and then you have it's not before university what you go through. I'm sorry, I'm losing the word here, but basically 3 years there. So that could be also quite interesting, because they are at that age, you're like from ages 15 to 18 roughly. So you are starting to become a young adult, and the people that age, they have to start thinking about the future and have to start thinking about getting a degree or going straight to the workforce. And anyway, their mind is already starting to think about the future, what it means to be an adult, and what is the job they want to start pursuing, and the career, and what education they want to get, and so on. So that was the first thing that came to my mind when I started thinking about being a substitute teacher, because that could be my advantage being there, because I'm not a teacher I'm not a teacher by education. Obviously, those who have had a professional, training and degree on that, they are better at that. But I have seen what it is out there, because I spent 12 years in IT, and I've done a bunch of stuff before that, so I know what it is in the real life, so to say. So I think the students at that age could also be curious about things, or I could tell them about stuff, and I could use my own experience, because I have seen what it is out there, and I've also hired people and so on. So I kind of know what being an adult and what being in the workforce means, and what is appreciated there. So I could maybe connect that to teaching the students, and I think that could be very interesting. But it was also quite fun to teach these third graders, because they are very little humans in that point in their life. So it was fun, and I'm really hopeful at this point. I hope I get more of these gigs starting next week already. If I get a text on Monday morning, hey, can you come here, whatever school it is, I'm going, and so that's that. All of a sudden on the work side, something came up, and I grabbed it and already had my first day of work doing that, and let's see where that goes. And something I mentioned before about starting a volunteer work here, I have been in there's this building and this place where they are open 3 days a week, where they basically help out those who don't have very much. So there are people who have issues with drugs or drug abuse, alcohol, and even homeless people there. And it is just for them to have a place where they can, where it's a warm place. They get coffee, some porridge, and there are other food there. People bring food there, so they get stuff or take away something when they go. And there's people there helping them with the forms with the government and welfare and so on. So I have been there now a couple of times, and it's been very interesting. And you really see the walk of life. How do you say that? You see the people that are in bottom of the society, if you can use this. It sounds kind of ugly, but they don't have much, or they don't really have anything. So it is very refreshing. And now my feeling is that I kind of want to continue being there if I can be helpful in any way. And it's a little bit uncertain at this moment how I can help there, but let's see where that goes. There is next week there is I don't know, what do you call that, a theme day for the homeless people here. So there are some activities at this place where I started volunteering, and then they have this event at the local church, and I guess there are clothes for the people and food and stuff like that. So I'm gonna join there. I'm actually going to bring some food there, because I talked to this lunch place that I have gone a couple of times myself, which I think is very good. So I just went there, had a lunch, and asked the owners that, hey, would it be possible if I could, after lunch, because I knew every restaurant has leftover from lunch. So I asked them that, hey, I volunteer at this place. Could it be possible for me to, if you have any leftovers, pick some? So I'm gonna do that on the day that this event is happening. So go there around 2 o'clock at this restaurant and pick up some leftovers from the lunch and take it to this. It's not a shelter, but I guess you could call it because there's no overnight possibilities there. But for the lack of a better word, maybe I can call it a shelter. So I will take the food to the shelter, and hopefully there are people there that can, enjoy a warm meal. So I guess those are the two big things happening right now in my life. And this volunteer thing, because I didn't have a job, I figured I have plenty of free time, so I just made a couple of calls and went there and just, if I can help, let's see if I can help. And how it feels for me also, I can't say that I'm gonna be here every day and this is my thing. Of course not. I have to kind of feel it a bit first, if it's for me, if I can be useful there and so on. But then this other thing that could turn into a real job opportunity, even a career opportunity, because to my understanding, I just started, but my understanding, there are quite a few schools in this area where I live, or in the city. I live in the middle of the fields, but it's not that far, 10-15 minute drive to the city. So there are plenty of schools and probably plenty of need for substitute teachers. So I'm happy. I'm very happy, and life takes these unexpected turns sometimes, and it's the idea to me. It's just so funny that I could have a completely new career starting by just having a discussion and just something that kind of came up, and that could lead to me, having all of these new experiences and jobs and so on. So that's great. And I think that's a good time to wrap up this video. That was some of the things that have happened to me during the past couple of days, and hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.